Fucking in space. Yes. Today is not a good day. It's sort of a good day, but it's an angry day. Yeah. I wasn't even going to do this, but I got inspired by Russell Means' wonderful speech on Obama winning the Nobel Peace Prize. And yeah, he's pretty much right on the money there. It's a shame. It would be really nice to hear him talk about our current wonderful president, Trump. Yes, President Trump. A true golden gift from the gods, who is a menace. He is a menace because he's controllable. All you gotta do is stroke his ego and butter him up a bit. A real butterball, the man. Yeah, and shit, there's a dog. And now we've got really wonderful, this is like the political episode, I guess. Really wonderful. Pompeo and Haspel. That's just terrific. Good news. Excellent news. Probably the main reason for why I'm rather angry. However, I can apply that to other things as well, such as the flawed educational system, which I actually hold responsible for the state that this fucked up country is in. It's due to educational reforms of the last 30 years or so. I don't know if it's it, it's probably about 30 years. Educational reforms that have completely dumbed down the curriculum. Power has been taken out of the hands of teachers to control what they teach in the classroom. It has everything to do with assessments, quote unquote, being able to assess outcomes, student learning outcomes. And in order to do that, of course, you need standardized testing. Now, this is all, right now, it's all at the, or it has been, at the K through 12 level, but it's changing. It's changing, and in fact, it's making its way now into college, and it's a huge threat. It's a huge threat. It's a threat that it's unbelievable. It's basically what happens at the K through 12 level and what's going to happen now at the college level, as we were just informed 2 weeks ago. Funding is going to be based on success, quote unquote, success rates. Success rates mean that students pass their classes at a certain percentage and that a certain number of degrees get awarded, and so the more classes get passed, the higher your retention rates are, the more degrees get awarded. That's when you get funding, and if you don't have that, then you don't get funding. Your funding gets cut considerably, and I teach in the art department, so our students don't get degrees. They don't. They don't get 2-year degrees. They put together portfolios and then they apply to art schools, or they just go and they're artists, but they don't get a fucking 2-year degree. Fucking piece of paper that's worth absolutely nothing. It's bullshit. Completely useless, garbage piece of paper. But because our students don't get the garbage pieces of paper, and because we don't encourage them to get the garbage piece of paper, because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Why encourage them to do something that is utter and total complete bullshit? That doesn't help them in any way. It's going to just cost them more money, and it's pointless. So we don't encourage them, but now it's going to be apparently just the next, I don't know, the next level, the next noose. I don't know how many nooses we even have. They don't even pick up the trash anymore in our end of the school. The entire school has new buildings, except for us. We don't have any new buildings. Our buildings are 60 years old. 60 fucking years old. It's been raining. Well, oh, okay. When it rains, we have buckets. We have at least 3 buckets in every fucking classroom because there's holes in the roof. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And why? Because they don't want the arts. We are on our way out. One way or another, we are on our way out. And that's not just the case in this one particular college, but it's the case everywhere. That art programs and humanities, that they're getting cut. They're getting cut for the sake of STEM. And it's the programs that are getting cut are the programs that develop critical thinking. That's the problem, because art involves a huge amount of critical thinking. You know, it involves expressing thoughts, expressing opinions, communicating thoughts, communicating opinions. You know, actually, I don't even have words for this because it is so frustrating. And there's nothing that can be done. It doesn't even matter. Why? Because for the most part, people are complacent. They're complacent. They don't fight. You know, not even your colleagues want to fight. It's fine. Whatever. They don't see it. They don't want to see it. People don't want to see any writing on any wall. They don't. And they start out in this small kind of case, but I think it applies everywhere, because it's all just a fucking microcosm of the macrocosm. It's all the same bullshit. You have somebody who starts out as a faculty member in a department, and then they become the administrator of the department, as in department chair. And next thing you know, they're just like a little suck up to the dean, who's a suck up to the vice president of instruction, who's a suck up to the president of the college, and there you have it. It's pointless. It's fucking pointless. It's a very angry day. Not to even mention the things that really piss me off. But those I'm not going to mention. But those really piss me off. And they frustrate me to no end. It frustrates me to no end to not be able to do anything. Not to know what to do. Not being able to do fucking anything. God damn it. But hey, I can make hostile videos. That's good, right? I can have my little video rant here about all the injustices of the world. And where was I with that? The injustices? Oh, yes. Educational reforms. The educational reforms, in combination with administrative restructuring, because schools are now actually run on a business model. It's no longer the academic model. No, it's a business model. That's how schools are run. And the educational systems, along with standardized testing, outcomes, all of that kind of stuff, it basically has resulted in a complete dumbing down of people. You know, especially so because they've actually created this two-track system. At least here in California they have. There's a two-track system, and it's a system where the kids that don't come from English-speaking households take different classes from the other kids. Now, they're not in Spanish. They did away with that. These are not taught in Spanish, but they're taught at a lower level. So the actual content, the actual learning, the skills, isn't even, you can't even compare it at all. You can't even compare it at all. So then you end up with people who somehow graduate high school, apparently, because they just usher them right through, that then end up not being able to write fucking complete sentences. They can't write sentences. And that's not their fault. They weren't taught. Well, if you can't write any complete sentences, how would you write a letter of complaint? How would you write a petition? How would you write a statement, a personal statement? How would you write to your senator? How would you write to the president? How would you write to anybody if you can't write a fucking sentence? They're keeping these people from even being able to write a sentence. So how are you supposed to deal with that? You know? How are you supposed to deal with that? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, but it's at the root of the problem, because you've got the people that really need the change, that probably also have the guts to fight for the change. These are the people that have the guts to fight for the change, but they fucking don't have the tools. The most basic of basic tools, so that they can organize themselves, so they can communicate, you know. And it's systematic. Get down, Griff. It's systematic, and it's intentional. It is 100% intentional. There's no doubt about it. And it either depresses the crap out of you, or it pisses you off to no end. And it pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off. And my language is just wonderful today. Yes. It's been like this all day. In fact, it was like this in class. Yes. And that's not even a big battle. That's just a fucking stupid little battle. You know, that's just this big. It's nothing. It's nothing. In the big picture, it's absolutely nothing. It's nothing. There are things that piss me off way more. They piss me off so much I want to punch a hole in the wall. Yeah. It's very feminine, isn't it? Yeah. I want to fucking punch a hole in the wall.